dark light. Don't matter in this motherfucker, you heard? Blame it on the juice, blame it on Patron, blame it on the Jack, it got you in the zone. Blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the alcohol. I'm fucked up, nigga, I'm twisted.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Episode, this one, of the Touch of Messy podcast. Deja, it's so great to see you. I like your shirt.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. It's very like 1990s. I feel like I'm watching a 90s sitcom.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's kind of... Is that nice or no?
It's nice. I think it's in now.
It's like, it's the giving like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that era. Everything comes back around.
Like if I recently watched an episode of Friends season 1 and the clothes that they're wearing in that episode looked like shit that you see today. It looked like they just, especially with the aesthetic of the film cameras and the high-8 cameras coming back. If you told me that episode came out today, I'd be like, oh, I get it. They're going for a retro look, but it's modernized.
Okay. I'll take it. I like your shirt too. It's...
Thank you. Rest in peace to
Where'd you get that?
In LA.
Oh, okay,
It
cool.
was between this and a Taylor Swift shirt. I almost bought both of them, but I decided
We can't
this
have
one.
you out there like that.
Taylor Swift makes my... And Sabrina Carpenter. Have we talked about Sabrina Carpenter?
Is she your crush?
A little bit, but more like a charismatic crush,
What does that mean?
where her presence on camera is just so like magnetizing.
Really? Sabrina
Yeah.
Carpenter and Taylor Swift.
Not Taylor Swift,
Okay.
but Sabrina Carpenter
So
specifically.
you'll wear Taylor Swift on your shirt, but you'll crush on Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, they didn't have a Sabrina Carpenter shirt at the store. This was like last year. This is before she, I guess. I'm not sure when I discovered her like a month ago.
Sabrina Carpenter?
Yeah.
Oh.
And actually on the meditation retreat, please was stuck in my head. And every time I'd see a sign that said please, I'd hear that beginning, that do-do-do-do-do-do. It would start playing. And that day 7 when I was going crazy, that song was just in a loop on my head over and over
On my
again.
head is funny. Okay.
So shout out Sabrina. Sabrina, if you're listening, if you want to be a guest on this podcast, you're more than welcome.
I know a guy that knows a guy.
That knows Sabrina Carpenter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all know guys that knows guys, but I don't think that's going
hate
to
that.
lead
So
to
corny.
anything.
So corny. Would you ever like want to direct a music video for like a big scale artist like that?
100%.
You would?
Even if the personal money isn't good, to have the freedom to use
Their budget?
the techno cranes and all the budgets that go into this would be great. I don't think I could make a sustainable career out of it, but I think it's fun. It's fun to get creative. And
Have you seen any of her videos?
yeah, I've seen most of her videos at this point.
Okay, so when you watch...
The person that directed the Please music video, I forget their name, but I'm a big fan. I've seen some other work that they've done, and it's really good.
Okay, so then as a producer and director, watching Sabrina Carpenter's videos and how, cool they are, what is one thing that you feel like you could add to her bag if you were her director/producer?
Hard to say. I don't think I can add anything different to what is existing, but a bad habit that I have is every time I watch a video, I can't remove myself from like, oh, I wonder what the call sheet was. I wonder what the camera setup was that. How much prep time did they have to light that? Was that a pre-light day or did they light the morning of? Who was the edit process? And after every video, I fully go through the credits and try to see if I recognize people. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I assumed this was like a 2x2 gaff team. It looks like they had a 2x2 gaff team.
I don't know what any of that means.
They had 2 cameras and 2 ACs. I guess so. I'm just trying to build the budget in my head and see if I were to produce this, would I know what to do? And slowly getting better at being able to guesstimate the crew needed for some stuff based on what I'm seeing.
Got it. Well, let's start this game off right. Let's show off right.
She's like, you got it. Shut the fuck up.
No, okay. Okay.
She's still mad about the
Stop,
birthday stuff.
let
I'm
it
sorry.
go.
I'm sorry.
Okay. I almost got domestic with you.
Domestic.
It's
crazy.
Isn't that what that means when you hit someone?
Domestic violence is a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know they called it domestic. I thought that was what they used for traveling within the country, not beating somebody up.
I meant I almost hit you. Okay.
It sounds like a Will Smith song. Get domestic with it. No, 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 no.
Okay.
Maybe cut that one out, Deshaun.
No, leave it. Leave it. Tell us about, okay, have you ever attended an event solely because there would be free food or an open bar? 100%.
100%. I've gone to weddings because I've known there'd been open bars. If there wasn't an open bar at the wedding, I wouldn't have gone to that wedding.
Can I be honest? I don't really love weddings except for the reception.
Yeah, I think it depends on the person. If I'm invested and I was there when you guys met, I love everything else. If we were friends in college and you went away and met somebody, I'm there to be there, but I don't know shit.
What do you, if your friend was getting married in a different country and it was going to cost you like a shit ton of money, you saving up and going, or are you being like, dude, why are you not doing it local?
It depends on the friend.
Mm-hmm.
There was a wedding that happened in New Zealand, and I was close with the person that was getting married, but I wasn't close with everybody else, and it was going to be like a 2-week thing, and not only would I not be able to make money during that time, but I would have to spend like $2,000 or $3,000 to go there. Mm-hmm. So I think it was hard for me to justify going that. But this last December, I went to Mexico for a wedding. But those are people that I've known my entire life, and all of my high school friends were going to this wedding. So it was just being surrounded by other people. It was easy to be like, yeah, I can go to this, lose out on money and spend a bunch of money, but like know that I will have a good time.
Mm-hmm. I have another question for you.
Shoot.
So we talked a lot about the last few episodes about how
I just want to say I don't like the smile that you have.
No, we've talked a lot about how you're leveling up internally, but what are you gonna do next to level up physically, do you think? No, not that you need to. I'm just curious. Like,
would you ever ask somebody that did need to level up physically
what
first? They're gonna do?
You want me to go first?
I can answer the question.
Okay, then answer the question. It wasn't shade, no tea. I was just curious.
I'm gonna start flossing.
Okay.
Yeah.
the dance.
You just do the dance after I brush my teeth every day, and start working out more consistently. Mm-hmm. I have seen results when I've been consistent in the gym, and I know that me feeling good exists on the other side of making this commitment. And I'm ready to not let my 30s weigh me down and gain more flexibility in my right hip. I have a very stiff right hip.
You used to be so good at like hula hooping, and now I don't ever see you hula anymore.
The best. Yeah, nobody ever sees me hula hoop anymore. I want to be able to sit cross-legged comfortably.
You can't sit cross-legged?
Mm-mm.
Like with your legs like this? Can you? Can you do splits?
No.
Oh.
Deja, also, Deja.
What?
Slight tangent.
Okay.
She asked me, like, what kind of Muslim are you? Oh, what are the two types of Muslims? I said, there's Shiites and Sunnis. She's like, no, the other one. I was like, oh, do you mean the Nation of Islam and just Muslims? She's like, yeah. Which one are you? I was like, Deja, are you asking me if I am a part of the Nation of Islam or I'm just a regular ass Muslim?
You know there's way more context to that song.
There's more context to that. But I was like, damn. I don't think it's a one-to-one thing, but that's what it's like, hey, are you a Christian or are you part of the KKK?
I didn't know that's the same thing.
It's not, it's close enough to where like the KKK is loosely based on Christianity, but you'd never ask a Christian like, hey,
I didn't know the KKK was based on Christianity. I thought it was just a group of people that wanted to kill black people.
Deshaun, can you confirm or deny?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
There's like, they take some parts of Christianity and make it into this whole thing. The same thing with the Nation of Islam takes parts of Islam and make it this whole thing.
Yeah, but like that's super extreme what you just said. So I'm just saying it's because Abdul, like I know people in my life who are part of Islam, Nation of Islam, and they have all of these really like things that they do in their religion that are like pretty extreme. And Abdul was talking about the things that he was doing.
It's not really a religion. Nation of Islam isn't a religion.
It's not?
Mm-mm.
See, I didn't know that either. Mm-hmm. I don't know if we can say that or not. It might be to some people.
No, it's not.
Well, I don't know.
I will stand on 10 toes and say Nation of Islam is not a religion.
Okay. Well, then Abdul was telling me his stuff, and I was like, there's no way these worlds collide. Like, are you sure? Like, you're Muslim? And he's like, yes. And then I was telling him, I was like, well, I thought that it was this and this and this. And he's like, no, that's Nation of Islam. And I was like, oh, and so that's why. And then I was talking to my friend who is Nation of Islam, and I was like, oh, like, do you know that there's a difference between like just being Muslim and being Nation of Islam? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, and I couldn't remember which one that they were. And I didn't want to mess up. So that's why I texted you and said, what are you? Because I knew you guys were opposite.
Eid Mubarak, Deja.
Sorry. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Complete innocent.
I'm glad that you now know. And I'm glad you asked that question. I feel like a lot of people could have just taken that and been like, yeah, Nation of Islam and Islam, same thing. Those guys are weird. I don't fuck with them. But you asked.
I didn't say that.
You didn't say that, but people could think that those two are the same and be like, oh, what a homophobic way of moving through life. All these people.
Damn, I feel like you're saying a lot of cancelable things.
No, I don't think nobody's going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that about the Nation of Islam. Oh, today's Sunday.
Yeah.
How?
Why am I yelling?
Yeah, why did you yell?
I really want a donut right now so badly.
How is your screen time these days? Are you happy with your level of online? You have to go to your phone and let us know what your screen time for this last week was.
How do I do that?
If you
Just go settings and then screen time.
Yeah.
Let me see yours too.
It's not my question, it's your question.
But I want to compare ours. Please? Can we just compare?
All right, ready?
5 hours.
That's
an hour a day.
That's for today.
No.
Yeah, that's just today, bro. And it's 4 o'clock right now.
How is that possible? 5 hours for the week. It's weekly.
No, last week.
8 hours last week. But it says 7 hours productivity.
How many hours on Instagram?
10 minutes.
Does an H stand for minutes or hours?
So 10. Okay, pull yours up right now. Pull yours up right now.
No, this is not my question to ask. This
Please?
is yours. No, thank you. I got mine this morning, and I was supremely disappointed in myself.
Okay, so tell me what it is.
It's pretty high.
Higher than mine?
No, that's an addiction.
I'm really not even on it that much. Sometimes my phone will just be unlocked and it'll just be on Instagram, like going through stories. It's my turn.
It is your turn.
You're just nervous. You're gonna give a stupid answer.
It's crazy.
Who has done you wrong that you'll never forgive? Are you planning to exact sweet revenge? Do not make up, and if you, let me stop you before you go, Speedy. Do not make up an excuse. Do not make up a joke. Do not say something like my 10th grade bully. Like, tell us some real shit, Abdul.
Give somebody's real name and social security
You don't have
number?
to give their real name. Just say a person that did this to me.
The Indian side of my family.
Okay.
The backstory is my dad's dad, my grandfather, was Indian, a Gujarati Indian, came to Kenya because of British colonization, was in the RAF, and married a Kenyan woman. His side of the family didn't like the fact that he married an African woman, and as soon as he passed away, they took all of his money and all of his wealth and left my grandmother with 5 kids. Eldest was I think 11. The youngest was 2 years old with no money and nothing at all. Basically kind of left them to die just because straight up racism and they were African.
Wow.
And yeah, through this meditation retreat, I was working on forgiving and doing all of this stuff. But I think to do that, it's hard for me to look past that. And I have zero interest in finding out who these people are or trying to make that connection. And even if I were to run into somebody that was like, oh, hey, I'm actually a Kasumali, even if it's not them and it's their grandfather that did it.
You don't want to deal with them?
It's on site. Hell no.
Even though if they had nothing to do with it and it was their grandfather?
It's still, I don't want to be reminded of the shit. They essentially left my family to die.
But so if you had someone that's your age in your family that's like, hey, I've heard about your family and I've been looking for you and I think it's messed up what our family did, you want nothing to do with them?
No. I think as of right now, it's a strong no.
that sounds not good. That sounds like you're upset at them for the same thing that you're about to do to somebody else.
What am I about to do to somebody else?
Purposely ignore them because of where they came from and not who they actually are in front of you.
No, but I'm not leaving anybody out to die, and I'm not stealing money out of accounts.
Yeah,
To leave
neither
somebody
is
to
that
die.
person.
But
I'm just saying, you might want to work on that because you might miss out on a blessing.
hey, this was my question, not your
Sorry.
question.
Okay.
The question didn't like, let me give you some unsolicited advice on how to deal with it. I'm joking. Yeah, those are people that I carry a lot of hate in my heart to. And I know maybe it's good to let it go, but it's something that when I think about, I get worked up
Breathe through your nose.
about.
Breathe through your nose. Your turn.
Ooh. Have you ever killed somebody in a dream? Who was it and how did you do it? How did you feel when you woke up? I know the answer is yes. Don't you start
No,
with
ask me a different one. I
Don't
really
you
don't
start
remember.
with this bullshit.
I have a hard time remembering my dreams.
You've never killed somebody in your dream?
I don't think so. Why would I do that?
I accidentally killed Naomi Smith in my dream.
Don't know who that is.
Somebody I went to high school with.
Oh.
And it was like an accident, and the guilt of it really weighed heavy on me.
What'd she do to you?
I ran her over with a car.
On purpose.
No, by mistake.
By mistake. Ran someone over by mistake is funny as shit.
That happens all the time. Vehicular manslaughter is a real thing.
It happens all the time. It's insane.
Tell us about a time you shouted at somebody in public. What had they done to deserve it? Is that grammatically correct? What had they done to deserve it? I guess so. In public.
I went to a Mariners game and my favorite player missed. I'm just kidding. That sounded like something that you would say.
I just wanted to see, what did your favorite player miss?
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even have a favorite player.
What do they miss in baseball?
I would say probably with my siblings or something, like yelling at a sibling, like
Not
as a
probably.
kid.
Give us a solid example.
I'm not someone
You were giving me shit for not answering these
you
questions.
never answer stuff. But I'm
You're
gonna
doing
be
the
honest
same
with
shit
you.
right now.
I've had people yell at me in public. I will walk away and leave you yelling by yourself. I don't like to
Smart.
cause a scene. It gives me so much anxiety. Like anyone kind of bringing or drawing attention to me having a disagreement with someone in public. Hell no.
Yeah, I can't
You're going to
see
be yelling
you.
by yourself.
I can't see you yelling at somebody.
Yeah,
in
what
public. I can see you beating the fuck out of somebody behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors.
Calling your sister a linebacker. Behind closed doors.
I have only been physically harmful to a person once that
Continue.
I was dating.
Continue.
This guy did something, he lied to me about doing something terrible, and I had a bag of dry mangoes from Costco in my hand, and I just started railing him with it. Pop, pop, pop. And we broke up.
Did the bag break?
No, it didn't.
Was he taller than?
That was the only time I've ever been physically abusive to someone. But if you guys knew what he did to me, you'd be like, oh yeah, beat his ass.
What did he do?
I'm not gonna tell you. It's fine.
What's his name?
Not gonna tell you.
Damn.
It was someone that I was dating for a very long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta ask me now. Dried mangoes. Some of them are kind of hard and sharp.
It was a bag.
Did he have any bruises or?
Probably.
Was it a full bag? Had you already opened the bag?
I had just opened the bag.
No. Did you get to eat some of them?
I don't think so. I lost my appetite
Did you eat some later?
before I did.
Those are big bags.
Have you ever woken up after a wild night and not known where you were? How did you get home?
Many, many times.
Really? Not remembered where you were?
Mm-hmm. Many times.
Not me.
I think one I
I've never-
remember for sure was Cinco de Mayo 2022. I just woke up at some random person's house.
Random person? That's dangerous, Abdul.
Don't even know. I looked at the person like, have I ever seen you before in my life? Are you excited for your birthday? Your birthday was last week.
It was good. It was really good. I love my friends. Thank you for everyone that showed up to my birthday. And for those of you who didn't, I can't promise that I will forgive you anytime soon.
It's kind of crazy that that thing happened with the helicopter and
Yeah.
yeah, wild.
I guess they'll never know. What? Stop acting like you. Yeah, come on.
I just saw it on the news.
So I'm really curious. Like, I am in a place in my life where I never thought that I would want kids, but I'm starting to want children. Like, baby fever. Everyone around me has babies. I love them. You even were getting a little baby fever. And I'm curious, are you going to have kids?
This is the photo I look at every day. And every day I see this photo, I give him a little tickle. Like little Keely. Little Keely.
Do you want kids? In this world.
I think me wanting kids is tied to being in a place to properly raise a kid. I couldn't imagine me being where I'm at, being with somebody I don't truly love, and then raising the kid. I feel like a kid is something to add onto a beautiful life that I'm working towards.
Do you think you're going to have kids?
I think so. I think I will get that beautiful life that I want, and I will find that partner that I feel like I can take on the world with. And part of taking on the world is raising a child in it. If I do not find that person, I think I'm totally okay with just being a very involved uncle. I think part of the reason I am open to moving to Kenya is to be closer to my nephew and closer to be able to watch him grow up and like be actively involved in his life and not just be a picture on a phone that he knows as his uncle, but like a real person.
You know, I feel like having a kid is the thing that you need. I feel like having a kid would force you to get out of yourself and like only care. Like, I feel like you would just love your kids so much. No. But what I'm saying is you put so much pressure on yourself. And I feel like if you had a kid, you'd be like, damn, I don't want this kid to ever feel this pressure. And so it would give yourself a break from like being so hard on yourself. And it'd make you be like, damn, like, you know, I feel like
being
you would
with
love
my
your
sister
kid.
for that month and like kind of helping be additional hands for the baby has really put in perspective how much fucking work it is to raise a kid. Shout out to single parents out there. I can't fathom how you do it, but
Especially with one like salary.
yeah.
Like, I
Everything
honestly,
is so fucking expensive for children.
apparently daycare is like over $2,000
And they
a
don't,
month.
and you need to bring food for the baby. My friend just had
To
a
the
baby.
daycare?
Yeah. And you need to
feed them? Oh,
you need to get
no.
on a wait list. He told me that he wishes as soon as they found out that he was pregnant that they got on the wait list for this daycare. Or this daycare that they wanted to go to because of. So imagine paying $2,000 a month to give somebody else food to feed your kids.
There's a
And then you're just anxious and you miss the kid the whole time you're not with your child.
there's a thing that you can get instead of a
Sheesh.
daycare. My friend, they house someone from a different country. It's called au pair. And it's so much cheaper than daycare, and people just need to do it.
What is this?
Au pair. It's like when you house someone from a different country, and they like you basically they have to live with you, and you pay them like way less than, and they are your nanny.
Is this not human trafficking?
Well, these are a really sweet family. They're not trafficking anyone. Anyways.
Being sweet and unsweet doesn't change it from human trafficking to not
No,
human
they
trafficking.
sign up. It's a program. It's like they have to get like points and stuff like it. Anyways, I don't think so. No. Anyways, I want children too. I used to be scared to have kids because I thought that like all the women in my family, like something happens to them in their brain when they have a baby, and I thought, damn, I don't want that to happen to me.
What? Like they turn?
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No offense. So
If you're watching family, no offense.
yeah,
I think that, but postpartum is a real thing.
I know it is, and I don't mean just then. I feel like something literally changes in your life when you have a baby. That was my fear, is that would happen to me.
Yeah.
And
I think that question is much different for you than it is for me, because I just gotta bust a nut and this baby grows.
but bust nut.
And you gotta like raise the kid, put your body through all of that.
I do. Me and the father do.
No, as in like farm the kid inside you and like give the birth to the kid. So I think having a kid, when I think of having a kid, I think of the responsibilities after it. I don't think about the effects on my mental health, possibly dying, and all that stuff. So shout out women.
Shout out women. And you're lucky you don't have like an expiration date on your milk. Women do. Our
Gross.
our eggs expire.
Yeah.
And I feel like mine are getting there.
Do you want to talk about it?
I'm just nervous. I'm nervous.
Have you ever considered freezing? Does your work pay for you to freeze your eggs?
Probably, but no, I haven't considered freezing my eggs. I
Why
feel
not?
like that's never mind. You ain't getting me caught up.
Why not?
I think if I'm meant to have kids, I'll have them naturally the normal way. Like I don't want to wait until I feel like I'm getting older and I just want to do how my body naturally would work. And if it doesn't, then it's not meant to be.
Very traditional of you.
But shout out to people. And I'm also just afraid of the doctor. Like, I don't want nobody scraping out no eggs. I'm scared.
I
Imagine
don't
that.
know how it happens. I don't know
I
if
think you have to get
scraping
a
is
shot.
involved, but maybe it is. Hey, it's your body, your choice.
Spoken like a real feminist. Anyways.
Babies, man. If anybody has a baby that they don't want,
Would you adopt?
100%.
Me too. I want to. People think I'm so crazy, but I want to have one child and I want to adopt the other.
Is this another human trafficking situation or?
Oh my God. I do though. Like, I really think there's so many children that don't have families. I want to be able to, like, I've always had a heart for like adoption. And even before I decided I was or wasn't going to have kids, like I wanted to adopt.
I think, adopting, I'm not too attached to seeing my DNA growing into something. Like, I feel like I can easily love a child and raise that child as my own, even if it doesn't look like me, you know? Because I didn't start getting handsome until like 24. So I'm not like, oh, I need to see myself. I need to see little ugly babies all over the world.
Well, how do you feel about spanking your children? Do you believe in ass whooping? Did you get spanking?
I got the shit beaten out of me.
You're-
I got RKO'd.
Did you?
Yes.
For what?
I grew up in Kenya, bro. What do you think they were doing? Gentle
I feel like
parenting?
it switches.
No, I got the shit beaten out of me.
People say that nowadays, but they just mean they got like a little.
Are you dismissing my story?
No, explain it to me. I want to know what that looked like.
Huh? No, if I want to confess these crimes that my mom did on camera.
Well, I got a belt to the butt. Did you?
I wish it was just a belt to the butt.
Did you ever get a belt to the butt?
I got belt to the butt. I got wooden spoons to the head.
Oh, that's what. I was
This
kidding.
blood's been drawn.
Really?
Oh yeah. Teachers used to fuck me up too.
That's why you were lying about. Wait, teachers?
Dude, I forget the name of our first grade teacher. It started with a B.
Don't say bitch.
No, second grade teacher in Mombasa Jeffrey Academy, but she hated children and she used to fucking wail at us. She'd do this thing where she'd make us kneel up against the board, and then she'd take the hard side of a ruler and like hit your knuckles. And
Are you allowed to do that?
If you moved your hands, you'd fall down and hit your head on the board. It's straight up torture.
Is that legal?
This is in Kenya, man.
In Kenya,
Not in
is it
America,
legal?
it's not. But in Kenya, I guess in the
My
90s,
mom would have
people
been
were...
up to the school
this
and
is,
fought her.
Also, this is the 90s. People were fucking up kids left and right. Our madrasa teacher was also racist and used to pick on the Somali kids. And there was this, I remember she used to have like this stick, like this whip. And there was like this, I had to be like maybe 5 or 6 years old. As he was reading, every time he would mess up, hit him on the arm, hit him on the head, hit him on the back. And like really fuck him
That
up.
sounds terrible.
It's a terrible place.
No, it's not. You can't say that. No, the reason I'm careful to say
I
that,
can't speak on my own country and the
No, no.
own things that happened to me.
no, your situation, I believe that was a terrible thing. The reason why I'm saying that.
You don't even know what Kenya is, bro.
No, let me say this is why. I had someone that watches the show that is from Kenya, and she said specifically that you guys have very different experiences. So I just want to be careful of like
Yeah.
labeling Kenya as one experience. So
When I say the place, I mean Mombasa Jeffrey Academy.
Okay, I
the
believe
school
you.
that I went to that beat children up.
Yeah.
It was a terrible place.
because apparently some people didn't shit in holes.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
There's people here that shit in holes too. If you go to a random,
There's shit outside right now.
yeah. If you go to Alabama and Seattle, life is very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry that you had that experience.
Did you ever get the shit beaten out of you?
Yeah, all the time.
By your teacher?
No, not from my teachers. No, my mom would have been up to that school for sure.
Is that why you identify as Republican?
Well, that is the end of our episode, and we appreciate you guys watching. We're gonna go seek help. Bye bye.